Welcome to ShySense773. Thank you so much for checking out my video. For those checking out my video for the first time, I just want to say welcome in. Thank you so much for viewing my video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate it. For those that have been here the whole time, I just want to say thank you so much for your likes, your comments, everything that you do to help grow this channel makes my channel continuously get better and better. So I really do appreciate you for that. Today's video is a haul video, but first I want to talk about some fragrances that I received from a company called Dossier Fragrances. So Dossier Fragrances is an inspired by fragrance company that does compositions of fragrances that are well known in the community. And what they try to do is they try to make a fragrance that's affordable and easy for you to be able to pick up. So I know that everybody doesn't have all of the money in the world to purchase different fragrances that are like Le Labo, because Le Labo is a fragrance company that doesn't have any discounts or anything like that. So I think Dossier works very well to provide different fragrances for you from fragrance companies that you can't necessarily get discounts from, but ultimately give you a great alternative to those fragrances. So although I received these fragrances, I'm giving you my honest and full review of what I think about these fragrances. So I would honestly never pull any punches, whether you send me a fragrance or not. I want to continuously give my subscribers and viewers the best information possible for them to make a good decision on. So the three fragrances that I received from this fragrance line is Woody Vetiver, Woody Rum, and Citrus Tea. The reason why I wanted to get these fragrances is because one in particular is of a fragrance line, like I said before, which is Le Labo, is a very difficult fragrance line to kind of get a discount on, even though I've gone ahead and purchased a full bottle of these fragrances. I wanted to know or see what the inspiration smelled like. So when you receive a Dossier fragrance, you're going to receive them in a simplistic box, but the box itself isn't what we're looking for. And then again, you get the scan of that box, but then the inside is what really counts. And I think they do such a great job of providing so much information to you about this fragrance line. So when you open the box, you're going to actually see a decant. So I took everything out, but the decant will look like this. And then you will also see the fragrance sitting right here in the box. And then it has the information showing here, which says iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. So let me show you what you actually receive from it. So you'll get a card. So this card actually has all of the information that you need about the fragrance, that tells you the notes of the fragrance. Then it also tells you the concentration of the fragrance. And then they give you a little excerpt of what they do for you, which I think is really cool. I've also seen a lot of fragrance reviewers review some of Dossier fragrances, and I was very curious myself. But the cool aspect of Dossier fragrances is that they provide a decant in every single box, which allows you to spray that decant prior to spraying the fragrance. So if you're not happy with the fragrance, you can send the fragrance back to the company, and then you can choose a different fragrance if you don't necessarily like the fragrances that you've purchased previously. So let's start talking about the three fragrances. So the first fragrance that I want to go over is Woody Vetiver. So I chose Woody Vetiver because, one, I am into woody-based fragrances, And then I also love a clean, woody vetiver scent. These types of scent profiles are perfect for the office, or if you're going around someone who doesn't necessarily love different fragrances. Unfortunately, I have family members who are not necessarily into fragrances, but you don't want to be overpowering or overbearing. So these are perfect fragrances for people like that. But let me tell you what's in this fragrance. So this fragrance includes top notes of pink pepper, bergamot, bitter orange, and then in the mid, you're going to get vetiver, cedarwood, and myrrh. And then finally in the base, you're going to get sandalwood, musk, and oakmoss. So this is at a 18% concentration, and this one is inspired by Frederic Malle's Vetiver Extraordinaire, which, if I'm not mistaken, that fragrance is somewhere in the $180 to $200 range, and this fragrance is about $39, I believe, on their website. So let me spray this on skin just to get a fresh smell of this. So if you look, the sprayer as well is a very nice sprayer. Wow. So you get this beautiful, airy, very nice woody and vetiver scent that has a slight bit of sweetness to it. There's a bit of a lactonic vibe, which is something that I've started to grow to love. So I've noticed that when I smell a woody based fragrance with some sort of vetiver in it, I always get some sort of a lactonic vibe in the mix, which is a very nice smell to me. So again, you get this sweet woodiness in this fragrance that gives you about a good longevity of, I've gotten 4 to 6 hours. When I first sprayed this as well, I got about 4 hours of longevity, but with fragrances, I've learned that you have to have them in your environment for about a good week or two, because you could be in a colder or warmer environment and that fragrance has to kind of adjust in a sense. So I've noticed that all of my fragrance juices tend to smell either a lot better or a lot worse. So I get either higher longevity or I get lower longevity on the fragrance. But this one now has turned into a beautiful fragrance to me. So I received this one earlier in the week and I've been testing it constantly. So again, I can give you my honest and truthful opinion on these fragrances. And this one is very, very beautiful. I absolutely enjoy this one. And I've actually been wearing this one. Like I said, I've been wearing it every single day. I've gotten a compliment. I've sprayed it on my wife as well. She loves the fragrance as well. This is perfect again for an office scent. And this again is woody vetiver. The next fragrance I want to talk about is woody rum. So woody rum is an expired expression of by Kirkdjian Straight to Heaven. You can get these at a lower cost, but not nearly lower enough. So if I'm not mistaken, by Kirkdjian's fragrances for 50 ml is somewhere around the 300 mark. I think if you go to Max Aroma, you can get them for a little bit cheaper, but you're still spending somewhere in that $200 range for a by Kirkdjian fragrance. And again, this one is somewhere around the $39 mark. So let me tell you the notes as well. So the notes include rum, dry fruits, nutmeg, and that's in the top notes. Then you're going to get jasmine, cedarwood, and vanilla in your mid notes. And then finally in the base, you're going to get patchouli, amber, and sandalwood. So this fragrance, I actually have had Straight to Heaven in the past. I've also had other inspired expressions in the past as well of Straight to Heaven. And this one smells different than all of the other ones. So let me spray a fresh spray. And wow, I'm gonna spray this one again. I love the way this one smells. So up top, you get a rum note. So you're gonna get like a slight boozy note in the top, but that doesn't last very long. I'm thinking somewhere around a good 30 seconds, you'll get that rum note, and then it starts to kind of drop down into a beautiful woodiness. So you get a sweet woodiness in this fragrance as well. But then I also get a bit of, what is it? I get a mossy type of fragrance as well. It smells a lot like Bay 19 from Le Labo when it dries down a bit. So you get this beautiful, sweet kind of mossiness in the fragrance that I think projects somewhere around I would say like an hour. It projects very, very well. If I spray it on my clothes, I get about 7 hours. If I spray it on skin and it's just going through my clothes, and we're talking somewhere around a good I would do like 6 to 7 sprays. It projects very, very well, and it lasts on skin for about 6 hours. 7 hours with your clothes on. This one is very, very beautiful. Again, is light, airy, but projects very well. Has this, again, mossiness to it that gives it kind of this, this kind of raspiness to the fragrance. So it's like a sweet raspiness to it that makes it very, very sexy. Again, this one is more so similar to me to Bay 19, which this fragrance is a $200 fragrance at a 50 mil, or yeah, it's like $189, but then $200 altogether with taxes. And this one is $39. So this one is definitely a great one to pick up if you're looking for, again, a beautiful inspired expression, but this one is woody rum. The final fragrance that I want to talk about is citrus tea. So citrus tea is supposed to be a inspired expression of one of my favorite Le Labo fragrances of all time, and this one is Thé Noir 29. So you are getting a super dark and tea-based, sexy, sensual fragrance. I actually love smelling this on women, but I've heard that women love smelling this on me. So this one is a sexy unisex fragrance, and I just want to talk about what I get from this one. So let me give you the notes, and then I'll tell you what I get from this breakdown. So the notes include a top note of bergamot, fig, and black tea. Then you're going to get bay leaf, tobacco, jasmine, and vetiver in the mid. And then you're going to get cedarwood, musk, hay, peach, and incense. So spraying this on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this one on me. And honestly, this one lasts the longest. And let me talk about the bottle as well, because I forgot to tell you about the decant bottles that they have. These are beautiful decant bottles that actually have all the notes on the bottle itself. There is the cap clicks in place. You can actually hold it from the cap, so it's magnetic. And also I wouldn't necessarily hold it if you're, let's say if you're being rough with it, because it will come off, but ultimately you can lightly hold it from the cap. But this fragrance is so beautiful. This is my favorite citrus tea of all the fragrances, and unfortunately it does not smell like Thé Noir, but it smells like one of my other fragrances, which is a city exclusive. So this fragrance here, Bay Rose 26, is actually a $500 fragrance. This fragrance mimics this, and this one is $49. So at $49 and this one at $500. And I will spray this again. So this has a soapy, citrus, woody type of fragrance with rose kind of being more predominant as it dries down. This smells like a sensual, beautiful soap-based fragrance that you would get in a high-end hotel. This smells so similar to it. This one is probably, like I said, one of my favorites from the line. And this one lasted a lot longer. So this one was 8 hours on skin. I wore this one. I wore it to bed. My wife kept smelling my arm while I was sleeping. So I normally sleep on my arm like this. She took my arm. So my arm was like this on the side while she was sleeping and holding my arm and smelling it. And she said, I can definitely wear this one to bed every single night. But this one is such a beautiful fragrance that honestly, I don't think you'd be steered wrong. And again, like I said, you get a decant of it. So if you spray it, you don't like it, you send it back to the company. But here's another thing that they gave me. So they gave me a discount code. So my discount code is ShySense10. And I will put that across the screen for you. And then I'll also leave that information in the description below. But again, if you're looking for an alternative fragrance, I really think that you can't go wrong with Dossier Fragrances. And the 3 fragrances that I told you about with the notes and everything, I think these are beautiful compositions. And I'm personally going to purchase one myself, which is their Gaiac one. So they have a Gaiac 10 just like I have as well. So I really want to know what that fragrance smells like, but that one's sold out. So that's just letting you know that other people are purchasing these beautiful fragrances. And again, they're very affordable. So next on my haul list is going to be my other fragrances that I purchased this week. I purchased Grand Soir again because, let me give you like a quick backstory. A while back, I tried to purchase this fragrance from, I believe it was Fragrance, not Fragrance By, not Fragrance, oh yeah, Fragrance Net. So I tried to purchase this from Fragrance Net a while back, and they ended up selling out. I thought that I actually got the purchase. They sent me the order confirmation. They also sent me the shipping information, but they never sent me the fragrance. And then I reached out to them, and then they told me that the fragrance was actually sold out, and they ended up giving me my money back. So at that point, I kind of vowed I would never purchase this one again. And then while in Neiman's, I was trying to find a new fragrance because I had received a $50 coupon from a purchase that I did a couple of months ago. And then I smelled this one again, and I fell in love once again with this fragrance. So I had to purchase it. I purchased it also because I have Ilya Saab's Amber, and I wanted to see the difference between the two of these. The difference is that this one is a powdery sweet, beautiful fragrance. The notes for this one include amber, Apoponex, patchouli, and sandalwood, where you're getting amber, Siam benzoin, vanilla, tonka bean, Spanish labdanum, and this beautiful composition. This one also smells like it has a little bit of cherry in it. So you're getting a beautiful cherry amber based fragrance. I think you can wear this one in the spring and summertime, where you can wear this one in the fall and winter time. So they're definitely two different fragrances that you can go back and forth and wear as your signature compositions. I also purchased a fragrance that I saw from not only Quality Fragrances, but I also am very much so active in my Instagram. So if you're not following me at ShySense773 on Instagram, I also go back and forth and talk about different fragrances and different things like that. But I was talking to Tara from Olfactive Files, and she talked me into getting this bad boy, which is Vanille Havane. So this fragrance is a beautiful, chocolatey, very rummy, tobacco, incense, cinnamon type of fragrance. Not necessarily incense, but I think incense because of the clove that's in it, and it also has vanilla and woods. This one is so beautiful. Let me read you the notes really quick. So the notes include rum, cocoa, and dried fruits, which I definitely get up top with this fragrance. You're also getting tobacco and floral notes. I don't smell the florals, but I think that's what kind of smooths out the fragrance. I get the clove, the cinnamon, the cardamom, vanilla, woods, and leather. I don't smell the leather in this, but I definitely smell different woods. I smell a bit of creaminess, so I'm thinking that there's sandalwood in this as well. But all in all, a gorgeous composition. If you haven't smelled this one, I purchased this one from Indigo Parfumery, and they are based out of Ohio, I believe, but ultimately they had a discount code for this fragrance, so I ended up purchasing this beautiful fragrance. I will leave their information down below as well for you to pick up. The final two fragrances that I want to talk about are from one of my favorite houses, and this is from Dreamhouse Ikiryo. I know I talk about Dreamhouse Ikiryo a lot in past videos that I have, but I am a gourmand lover. So although I do love other fragrances, I would still gravitate towards those gourmand, sweet, edible, juicy type of fragrances. And Dreamhouse Ikiryo never does me wrong. And I also always like to give a quick shout out to He Smells Like Rome. Rome always gives you different houses that are beautiful, that you've never heard of. And I honestly heard of this house from He Smells Like Rome. So I always like to give credit where credit is due. But the two fragrances that I have, which is Le Duc, and then I also have Rose of Venus. This one I received for free because Dreamhouse Ikiryo actually had a buy one, get one free on their fragrances. So I ended up purchasing this one, and then I got this one for free. But I want to talk about this beautiful fragrance. So first off, his bottling and then the way that the juice comes is so beautiful, and he hand makes all of this and does all the perfumery himself. So Vincent from Dreamhouse Ikiryo is the perfumer, and I'm going to spray this beautiful composition on me again. It is so ambery and juicy and just beautiful. So if you've ever smelled the fragrance Damn Hippie, it takes out some of the incense and also like the overpowering, I would say, pepperiness from that fragrance. And it gives you just a beautiful woodsy amber composition that lasts and projects. So that's the thing that I love about Dreamhouse Ikiryo as well, is that all of the fragrances are very, very powerful. They last at least 8 to 10 hours. I have fragrances from him that last almost 24 hours. So this is one of my favorite fragrance houses in general. This fragrance is so beautiful. There is this caramel and this buttery smell that you get from this. Again, that edible concept of the fragrance itself. Then I get a little bit of this slightly I know it's not in there, but I believe that there's like a little bit of cherry or some sort of bubblegumish type of vibe that I get. It's slight, but it's more of that butter, that it's like butter, caramel that I'm getting, and then also amber. And then I don't know if there's toffee in there or not, because unfortunately I can't look at the notes at this time. They're not up on the site right now, but when I do get an opportunity, I will try to repost those in the description down below. But what a beautiful composition. Again, that is Le Duc. And then let's talk about Rose of Venus. So this is a beautiful rose composition that it's gorgeous because it reminds me, I get a vision of a red, and it's like a red and a pink rose in a bushel of roses. So you also smell like a bit of that stemminess to it. There is this cleanness, so this soapy type vibe, but then I also smell a bit of champagne as well. So it's a beautiful rosé type of champagne along with roses. And that's what I get from this composition. It is so sexy. This is definitely in my top rose-based fragrances. I would say somewhere around like top 3 to 4. This is so amazing. Honestly, top 3. This is definitely in my top 3 best rose fragrances, which I will do a video on all of my rose fragrances in the future, but this one is definitely something that you definitely don't want to sleep on. Again, this is Rose of Venus. So thank you so much again for viewing my video. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Shysen773. For the Dossier Fragrances, again, I will put that information in the description down below, where you can get 10% on these gorgeous fragrances. Again, that fragrance code is Shysen10. If you go to Dossier's website, they have a lot of different compositions for not only men, women, but they also have unisex as well. You will definitely not go wrong with getting any of these fragrances. But again, thank you so much for viewing my video. Have a blessed day and take care.